plan for your life? Do you know where you want to go? Are you looking to be happier, healthier, and wealthier while having more fun every day? Meet our empowerment architect and goddess gardener, Cynthia Bryan, as she engages in energetic exchanges with successperts, bringing you research, innovations, strategies, and techniques to strengthen your life, business, and personal spaces. Be inspired, motivated, encouraged, and empowered. Lend us your ears right here on Star Style. Be the star you are. The party starts now.
Well, hello, Power Partners, and welcome to Star Style. Be the star you are. We're coming to you live on the Voice America Network, and it's under the auspices of Be the Star You Are charity. I am your host, Cynthia Bryan, and I am very thrilled to be with you today. It is Thanksgiving week, the week of gratitude. So this is our gratitude show. And I'm very, very grateful and appreciative to all of you for staying tuned here with us. The Miracle Moment is brought to you by Be the Star You Are charity with events coming up for the holidays. Please visit BeTheStarYouAre.org. And Henry Ward Beecher said, "Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul." And that, to me, is exactly right, because gratitude is like the beginning of everything else. And to achieve that, in our first segment, we will be talking about gratitude for all things and how we can recognize it through nature and how it enhances our well-being as we begin to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. So we'll go into the garden in segment 1, and we're going to grow gratitude. In segment 2, if you are using Dr. Google as your diagnostic physician, you might be reading some dangerous misinformation. We'll give you some of the red flags when surfing online for any health info, as well as give you some of the holiday scams that are coming up so that you don't get caught in something that will make you really sad and not very grateful. And then finally, in segment 3, I want to read the chapter from my book, Be the Star You Are, Millennials to Boomers, Celebrating Gifts of Positive Voices in a Changing Digital World. And it will be the gift of gratitude, because I truly believe that gratitude amplifies gratitude. And it doesn't matter who you are or where you are from, you have the ability to give thanks daily. So we will be jumping right in here to talking about gratitude. But first of all, I want to say what a difference a fortnight makes. I mean, just in time to celebrate Thanksgiving, my trees and shrubs have finally donned their fiery fall finery. The show is spectacular as my numerous trees have burst into colors of amber, gold, orange, crimson, purple, sienna, and red. And you can see photos of this if you visit my website at cynthiabryan.com, or you subscribe to my Substack newsletter, where I have lots and lots of pictures. But there are leaves on my grapevines and the fruit trees. I have apple and prune and peach and apricot, cherry, mulberry, persimmon, fig, pomegranate, pear, plum. I'm sure I've left something out. They're all boasting a cornucopia of glorious hues that complement the shades of other deciduous trees. And that some of those deciduous trees include maple and Chinese pistache and sumac and tupelo and liquid amber and crepe myrtles. And the crepe myrtles like today are just really, really sunset colors, reds and yellows and oranges. Now, in the Chinese pistache, that is one of my favorite trees. I'm very grateful to witness this spectacular seasonal wardrobe change. The male tree is tall, robust, sturdy, and very golden, while the female Chinese pistache is very petite and graceful, and it's filled with clusters of crimson fruit that are berries. They look like berries, and it provides tasty treats for the birds and the squirrels. Now, if any of the berries remain in December, their colors usually morph to aqua and pink. And then I pluck them to tuck them into the branches of a holiday tree. I always allow some seeds from my Chinese pistache tree to sprout in specified areas because I prune the plants to keep them small. And as the weather cools, these volunteers resemble colorful blossoms. And because I've kept them so small, if I don't like them, I can just pull them out. Or if they start growing too rapidly, I just, yank on them and out they come. Now, what else has charmed me this November and makes me very grateful for nature? Chrysanthemums, blue plumbago, crimson fountain grass. These are all attractive plants that add color and interest to any autumn garden. The tips of pencil cactus have turned a brilliant orange, matching the pumpkins that I've seen decorating porches. And my gigantic green guavas, these are the pineapple guavas, they self-harvested. I gathered them and I'm going to let them ripen on the counter before I either eat them raw or I make jam or juice or I cook with them. I mean, the last few days I've actually sliced them up. I used them in a fantastic lamb dish that I did with mushrooms and garlic and basil and these wonderful green guavas. I also used them in a salmon dish that was just with lemon and cilantro and the guavas. And just on their own, they smell divine. They add a perfume to the room. Now, while I was visiting a small town, I happened upon a front yard that featured a rusty tricycle alongside pumpkins, hydrangeas, and a vintage bicycle with the basket filled with yellow mums. Now, the gardenscape could have been a bit tidier, yet I thought it was an interesting combination of elements that piqued my imagination, and it brought just a big smile to my face. So this is the time of year when gratitude is at the forefront of our thoughts and intentions. And for me, being grateful for nature and gardens is rooted in the numerous benefits that our well-being has, both physical, emotional, and mental. So everything about our well-being, nature enhances it. Nature is my cathedral, my temple, my mosque, my church, whatever you want to call it, where I feel so connected to the earth and the cycles of life. So how can we all grow with gratitude this autumn using nature? The benefits are immense. Let's count the ways. Spending time surrounded by nature promotes a healthier lifestyle because it encourages physical activity. Now, gardening is a moderate intensity exercise, and it contributes to stronger hearts and body flexibility. I also will say it is moderate, but I get really tired by the end of it, 6 to 8 hours. And usually before this radio show, I spend a few hours in the garden just to ground me, no pun intended, but just to really get my hands in the dirt because that's when I feel most connected. If you want to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression while increasing a positivity in your mental health, just get your hands in the dirt. And that's why I do it before every radio show. Experiencing the fall colors, the smells, and the sounds of the rustling leaves, it calms our nerves and it rejuvenates our minds. An awareness of our natural environment with its biodiversity and its living organism interdependence, it helps us appreciate living on our beautiful planet because we all are interdependent. We are not independent. And humans are uplifted by the sensory-rich visual impact of the shapes and textures found in nature. A garden is a growing university of higher education. Nature offers a hands-on laboratory for learning about biology, ecology, geology, and all earth science. And growing our groceries is an exercise in sustainable living, We don't need a green thumb to grow fresh produce, just patience and play. Essential ecosystems such as pollination, air purification, and soil fertility maintain the biodiversity and balance of our natural world. Gardens foster a sense of community. Community gardens provide opportunities to collaborate, share knowledge, and build relationships. Also, by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, trees and plants play a crucial role in mitigating climate change. Green spaces cool the environment, and recreational activities abound in nature. Bird watching is a personal favorite as I attempt to learn more about our avian friends. So walking, picnicking, or just being outside in the fresh air offers a sense of satisfaction, relaxation, and enjoyment. So to achieve a fulfilling and balanced life, gratitude for all things is a necessary component. When we recognize the myriad ways that nature enhances our well-being, we begin to cultivate an attitude of gratitude that will permeate everything we do. So go into the garden and grow with gratitude. It is the fairest blossom of them all. And I just wish all of you happy and healthy day of thanks. Celebrate living with grace and gratitude. Happy gardening, happy growing, happy Thanksgiving. And also, I want you to mark your calendars because Be the Star You Are charity will once again be collaborating for Santa Day at 5A. So all you have to do is check our website. We want to give a shout out to Mark Hoog State Farm Insurance. You can find Mark State Farm Insurance at teamhoogs.com. That's TEAMHOOGS.com because they are sponsoring our Be the Star You Are booth. And for more information about the event, and if you want to volunteer or just come and enjoy, the treats and the hot cocoa and a picture with Santa, visit BeTheStarYouAre.org and click on events, and you will get all the information there. So again, I want to encourage you to go out into the garden, go out into nature, and that way you will be able to express your gratitude and to have a really happy Thanksgiving. As Zig Ziglar said, gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you already have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. So, what are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? How will you multiply your gratitude? Just make sure to say thank you and appreciate everything in your life. When we come back from break, we will talk about the red flags that you can find online when you're hunting for health information. Visit CynthiaBryan.com during the break and don't go away because I am grateful for you. I'll be right back.
Follow us on Twitter for more great ideas at Voice America Empowerment.
Get autographed copies of New York Times bestselling author Cynthia Bryan's books at www.starstyleradio.com. Get inspired and motivated to be your best self with Be the Star You Are, 99 gifts, and Be the Star You Are for teens. Buy cases at a deep discount to give away as gifts and premiums. Visit www.starstyleradio.com or call 925-377-STAR. 925-377-STAR. 925-377-STAR.
Are you seeking a dynamo speaker for your meeting, conference, or organization? Internationally recognized keynote speaker and New York Times bestselling author and lifestyle coach Cynthia Bryan will bring her energetic expertise, passionate professionalism, and ebullient personality to your event. Hailed as an expert in lifestyle, women's issues, self-help, personal balance, leadership, media, gardening, and interior design topics, Cynthia Bryan is a popular empowerment keynote speaker around the world, lecturing to audiences of 100 to 5,000. For rates and bookings, call 925-377-STAR, 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 and visit www.cynthiabryan.com. When you want the best, book Cynthia Bryan, www.cynthiabryan.com. Are you a teenager with lots to say, but no one to talk to? Let your creativity explode and your voice be heard on the radio program Express Yourself, a show by teens, for teens, and about teens. No topic is off limits as you connect with teens with attitude. Check out Express Yourself on the Voice America Kids channel and join our global community where teens talk and the world listens. www.btsya.com. You can express yourself.
Follow Voice America at facebook.com/Voice America for juicy updates from your favorite radio shows and podcasts.
It's power time on Star Style. Be the star you are with your passion, purpose, and possibility producer, Cynthia Bryan. Now, back to the power party.
Well, this is our gratitude show, and I want to express my appreciation to you for staying with me, and also a shout out to my engineer, Jordan, who is staying late to make sure that this show gets aired for Thanksgiving and live, as well as our Express Yourself teen radio show. So thank you, Jordan. Well, this segment, because it's really tough when we're online to know what is truthful, I thought I would outline some of the red flags that are noticeable when we are hunting for any kind of health content, and especially mental health content, because most people are using Dr. Google this time, and especially if you're having a mental health issue, it's urgent. The best thing for you to do would be to call 988. That is the mental health emergency line, which is free. But let's say that you are thinking about classic therapy. And normally when we think about therapy, we think about going to a therapist, sitting on a couch, and we tell whatever it is we're sitting there with a man or a woman who is trained in that. But today, people are tending to scroll or go online to get any content they want, whether it be for their physical health or their mental health. And though it may feel therapeutic, experts are advising to proceed with caution. And especially when it comes to mental health, because an increasing number of psychologists step into the role of mental health influencers, and that could open the door to fame and financial incentives, and their posts may be reaching millions of people. But it could be difficult to distinguish between who is the expert, who's credible, and whether their information is trustworthy, or is it misinformation, or could it be harmful and cause some misunderstanding. So if you are getting a lot of feeds, that are about health or mental health contact, you want to make sure to keep an eye out for these red flags. The first thing that experts say is to check the credibility of mental health influencers or health influencers, because people should be transparent about their training, their licensure, and their areas of expertise. The person running the account, if they are sharing their credentials, that's a positive sign. If they're not sharing their credentials, then that is definitely a red flag, because many practitioners will specify whether they are a physician, a PhD, a psychiatrist, a social worker, or maybe something that doesn't require any training or regulation, like a life coach. And if you're not seeing much information, search the person's name online. And if they're legitimate, they should come up on LinkedIn or have a private website, and that's very important. If they're trying to sell you something, I mean, it is natural for psychologists or physicians or anyone to utilize social media platforms to promote things like their online courses or books that they've written. That is a normal kind of thing. But if all the content that they provide just leads you to a storefront, that might mean that they are more concerned about making you become a customer than providing quality education or quality health care for you. There is a difference between saying, here's a place that you can buy books and resources that could help you, or just constantly posting exclusively to hawk their products. Now, if posts are jargon heavy, then that could also be a red flag, because therapy speak is infiltrating like everyday language, right? So social media users need to keep an eye out for accounts that turn these types of therapy terms like boundaries, into buzzwords. Typically, healthcare professionals are not going to use terms and therapy jargon because they want to keep therapy or health more approachable and digestible. Now, you don't want to self-diagnose. So if practitioners are promoting self-diagnosis, that is definitely a red flag. A rule of thumb is that it's not a good idea to diagnose ourselves or others. And social media is often fixated on labels, like if you do these 3 things, or if you do these 10 things, or if you take this medication, and then it'll tell you whether you are ADHD, or if you have PTSD, or if you're on the autism spectrum. Don't do that, because that is labeling yourself, or you're labeling others, and you're diagnosing yourself, which may actually be very harmful. A lot of this is happening on TikTok and Instagram, so we have to be very careful. You have to take a step back and reflect on why that post was resonating with you. And if you think it's resonating with you, you want to call your physician or a therapist, a legitimate doctor and a legitimate therapist, to get a diagnosis. Don't diagnose yourself, and don't diagnose others. Another red flag is if you find a post that is just touting one modality as superior to all others, because physicians typically are trained in a number of different modalities. For example, if it was a therapist, it could be cognitive behavioral therapy, or eye movement desensitization, or reprocessing, or gestalt therapy, or art therapy. There could be a lot of different things. If it was a physician, they might be talking about getting physical therapy, or possibly getting an X-ray or an MRI or a CT scan or something like that. But they should not be touting online one modality as an end-all or be-all, because there's no one single therapeutic modality that works for everyone. Healthcare is not one size fits all. So those are just a few of the red flags, because we don't want you to be to do something that is going to be harmful for you, and then you will not be very appreciative of getting that information. Now, another thing that I want to bring your attention to, and I'm sure you're probably all aware of it already, but that is the beginning of the holidays. And there are all kinds of scams that are happening and will continue to happen through the holidays. So there's a surge in impersonation scams, and you need to stay safe by learning to identify and avoid them. There's going to be a lot of scams that are online, especially on shopping portals like Amazon. And Amazon sent out some information, and I thought I would share it with you. So just be aware that if someone reaches out pretending to be someone you trust and they want sensitive information like social security numbers or bank informations or an account for maybe one of your stores that you frequent, delete, or if it's a phone call or a text, hang up or report the scam, because scammers change tactics quickly and it really makes them hard to detect. Just today, I think I received like 4 scam telephone calls, 3 texts, and several emails that I could tell were not from the bank or not from a store or, not from Amazon or something like that. They're also recommended do not click on any links or provide any information without authenticating the email or verifying the link. So if you get something from your bank that says that, there's an error or something, click here to remedy the situation, do not click there. Instead, go to your actual bank's website, click on that and check it out. If it's a credit card thing, call the number on the back of your credit card. That is important. Now, one of the things that Amazon is saying, that they are seeing an unprecedented number of unexpected calls, texts, and emails that refer to a membership fee or an issue with the Prime membership. And this is a scam. And they're going to ask you to confirm or cancel the charge. And what these scammers are trying to convince you to do is to provide payment or bank account information in order to reinstate your membership. Now, I received one of these for Netflix. And I also received one for Apple TV. But interestingly, I don't have an account with Apple TV. So I knew it was a scam. And I've got a bank one from Wells Fargo, and I don't have a Wells Fargo account. So if you're getting any of these things, just be very aware, because the real sites will never ask you to provide payment information for products or services over the phone. And to verify your membership status or to make payments, just log into your account. So whatever it is, if it is Netflix or Apple TV or Paramount Plus or Amazon or whatever it is that you have, or your bank, if it's Wells Fargo or Bank of America or, something else, just log into your account and go to your account. And then here are some other important tips to identify scams and keep your account and information safe. So you can always go through the mobile apps or the website of the site that you're looking for when you're seeking customer service, tech support, or when you want to make changes to your account. Instead of Googling or, go to Good Search or Yahooing or wherever you do your searching, because a lot of places now have put up fake fronts, which will take you to the wrong place. So make sure to look in the URL and make sure you are actually going to the correct site. Remember that sometimes there's just one letter off, or they might have added an S, or there might be a misspelling somewhere. So be wary, be wary. Another thing that scammers do is they create an urgency. And this is a false urgency. They may try to create this sense of urgency to persuade you to do what they're asking. So be wary anytime someone tries to convince you that you must act now. It's now or never. Well, no, that's not true. It's kind of like that. The used car salesman, it's not a joke, but I guess it's been around a long time, that only today we will give you this discount if you, buy today. So don't worry about buying today or doing anything today. Never, ever, ever pay over the phone. Just remember, these sites will never ask you to provide payment information, including gift cards or verification cards, because a lot of scammers are using them now for products and services over the phone. They'll tell people, well, just go and buy a Target gift card, call me back and give me the number. Well, what you've just done is lost your gift card. Verify all those links first. Well, I already said that, is that the review the link for the misspellings or repeated characters, because it will always have a legitimate website. So, for example, if it's Amazon and you want support, or maybe, it's Apple and you want support, it would be apple.com/support. And it would be spelled correctly. So just to make sure, again, that you go to the verified link. And the same goes when you are getting an email. So legitimate emails will contain the @ and then it's usually just the name of the company. Amazon.com, Apple.com, WellsFargo.com, MechanicsBank.com, whatever it is. And in your web browser, you can hover over the display name under From to see the full sender address, or, copy and paste it somewhere just to look at it. But again, now those misspellings are what really can give it away, or if they're added letters. Sometimes there'll be numbers. I mean, most of the scams that I'm getting will actually say something like, update your Amazon account. And so it looks like it's coming from Amazon. They have, mirrored all of the logos and stuff. But then when I see it'll be xf213@gmail. It's some other email address. So again, we don't want you to be regretful during these holidays. It's a really, really big boom for scammers. Billions of dollars were lost just in 2023, and they're constantly changing their tactics. So be aware and don't get scammed this holiday season. Instead, have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully you're celebrating with family and friends. And whether you eat turkey or not, you just always want to raise a glass of gratitude and think about all the blessings that you have had this past year and over a lifetime. Everyone's going to have challenges. And for some, this year has been really tough. In the last few years might have been really tough, but try to look for the light at the end of the tunnel and find something positive to be grateful for. Well, you're listening to Cynthia Bryan. This is Star Style, Be the Star You Are. When we come back from our short break, we will have a quick business bite, and then I'll be reading you the chapter, The Gift of Gratitude, from my book, Be the Star You Are, Millennials to Boomers, Celebrating Gifts of Positive Voices in a Changing Digital World. Stay with me. You're listening to Star Style, Be the Star You Are. We're coming to you live on the Voice America Network, the Empowerment Channel.
Change your world. Change your life. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
Business Bites. Here's Cynthia Bryan.
Guidelines for truly effective leaders. The essence of outstanding leadership is not charisma or leadership qualities, but performance. Executives who are truly effective leaders set goals for their companies. They set priorities to reach those goals. They set standards and hold fast to them in their own actions and behaviors. Following specific guidelines enable an executive to be consistent. And only when leaders' personal actions are compatible with the goals they set for others and their organizations can they earn the trust of those who must work towards those goals. True leaders make decisions and then follow through on their promise. Excellent leaders don't say, do as I do. They encourage, do as I do, not do as I say. Remember, you're the star of your own performance. Turn your passions into profits. I'm Cynthia Bryan with another business bite from Star Style. For more information, visit cynthiabryan.com. That's cynthiabryan.com.
Be the star you are. The star you are.
The annual cost of illiteracy to American taxpayers is over $225 billion. Help increase literacy, reduce violence, and improve positive media messages by making a tax-deductible contribution to Be the Star You Are charity. A top-rated nonprofit, Be the Star You Are promotes positive role models, produces positive radio broadcasts, and donates positive books to empower women, families, and youth. Be a power partner and join our galaxy of stars. Visit our website at BeTheStarYouAre.org to make a tax-deductible donation using PayPal or send checks to P.O. Box 376 Moraga, California 94556. BeTheStarYouAre.org. Dare to care.
You are the star.
Follow us on Twitter for more great ideas at Voice America Empowerment.
It's power time on Star Style. Be the star you are with your passion, purpose, and possibility producer, Cynthia Bryan. Now, back to the power party.
Well, we are back, and I thank you for staying with me. You're listening to Cynthia Bryan. This is Star Style. Be the star you are. And we are talking about gratitude and gratefulness and appreciation. Well, I wrote a chapter in my book, Be the Star You Are, Millennials to Boomers, Celebrating Gifts of Positive Voices in a Changing Digital World. And I thought it was really appropriate for today. So I'm going to read that chapter, and you can find the book at cynthiabryan.com/books if you are interested in it. And the book also showcases stories from many other volunteers from Be the Star You Are. And so it's a really lovely book, very positive and uplifting, and will make a difference in your life. So this is the gift of gratitude. Sometimes I feel like I am the luckiest girl on the planet. My greatest blessing was to be born into a family of farmers of Italian descent with parents who deeply loved one another and their 5 children. We were taught to be grateful for everything, to respect others, and to believe we could accomplish our dreams as long as we worked hard and lived with integrity. By standards of the day, we were poor, although we children didn't know it. We each owned a single pair of cowboy boots, Levi's, a shirt, sweatshirt, shorts, socks, underwear, bathing suit, and a Sunday church outfit, completed by a pair of black patent leather shoes. Our playground was the hills, fields, orchards, and creeks, and our playmates were each other and the wild animals we'd adopt. Our mother was a tremendous gardener and an accomplished cook. We ate meals together daily, fresh farm-to-table produce, long before fresh was considered trendy, and definitely long before farm-to-table was considered trendy. Besides being a gifted rancher, our father could build or fix anything. He made our desks so we could study. He hung ropes over the creek so we could swing like Tarzan or Jane, and even dug us a swimming pool when we were teenagers so that his brood and their friends could be safe under his and my mom's watchful eye. We rode our horses bareback, and by the age of 8, each of us had learned to drive every tractor, truck, jalopy, and Jeep. We had to work not only on our acreage, but also for many of the other farmers in the valley. Since I had my heart set on going to college as the first person in my family, I raised chickens and I sold the eggs beginning at age 8. I earned, I saved, and I financed my degree with those eggs and other farm work. My daddy built my chicken coop to help me protect my dreams and help them succeed. It was a simple, loving, earthy existence that taught me innumerable life skills for which I am immensely thankful. Having an attitude of gratitude is being rich in spirit. Have you ever wondered how your life could change for the better if you cultivated a year-round practice of being grateful? Counting your blessings is not just an idle comment. Research indicates that giving thanks produces admirable benefits from reducing stress to increasing restful sleep. And by paying attention to what we have and not what we lack, we begin to see the world as a place of goodness. We recognize that the gifts we receive have arrived from sources outside of ourselves. Heartfelt appreciation for the little things leads to an awareness that, despite the dark moments that will definitely occur in every person's life, we can choose to find the silver lining. When we set our intention to seek the positive in everything that occurs, we become more optimistic, happier, healthier, and satisfied with our lives. And guess what happens next? The more we are grateful for, the more we will have to be grateful for. Gratitude amplifies gratitude. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, you have the ability to give thanks daily. Challenges may be opportunities in disguise. Seek the light at the end of the tunnel and be glad for the tunnel. You'll be rewarded with a stronger immune system, lower blood pressure, and improved relationships. And you'll feel less isolated when you incorporate gratitude as a major influence of your being. A few of the small and sometimes silly things that make me thankful every day include a healthy body, mind, and soul, straight white teeth, and thank you to my family for that. You can read the chapter in my first book, Be the Star You Are, about the teeth. A pillow on which to rest my head, indoor plumbing, nature all around me, electricity at the flip of a finger, clean water, a belly filled with fresh produce, my beloved barnyard of abandoned animals, work I love, my bathrobe and my bikini. These are my favorite wardrobe items. Birds singing, ice cream, the ability to make a difference in the lives of others through Be the Star You Are charity, twinkling stars in the night sky, my trusty Mac laptop, and most importantly, my precious family, relatives, friends, and colleagues who enrich me with their love, intelligence, hugs, and dedication. I have a sampling of the little big contributors to my joy and my appreciation for being alive. I also want to share with you some of my very favorite gratitude quotes. These have become my personal affirmations. And you might want to memorize one or two, and then you'll find yourself jettisoned to an uplifted space and a mood as you incorporate grace and gratitude into your daily exercise. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, it is the parent of all others. That's from Cicero. I'm going to repeat it. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. This one is from Doris Day. Now, many of you may not know who she was, but she was a TV and film star. I want to say maybe 60s and 70s or 70s, 80s. Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. And I believe that. This is from Abraham Hicks. When you feel gratitude, you are the closest to the natural state you were born to live in. So gratitude is something that, is normal for us. So we have to feel gratitude. And Dennis Waitley, who's been a guest on the show, this is from him. Happiness cannot be traveled to, cannot be owned, earned, or worn. It is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. And this one from Oprah Winfrey, which you might have heard before. If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you will never have enough. So, taking inventory of my closet today, I own several pairs of boots, a few pairs of Levi's, shorts, bathing suits, and other items of clothing. I also have more pennies in my pocket. And although I still raise chickens and I sell the fresh eggs, I don't do it because I need the cash. I raise chickens and sell the eggs because I love those girls. I call them my queens, and I feel that I owe it to chickens who that have been either abused or abandoned or just need to be rehomed, because it was eggs that put me through college. I have maintained the eating habits of my youth by growing as much of what my family consumes as possible. And my appreciation for open space, personal privacy, and the beauty of nature engulfs my raison d'être. The hard work and the loving lessons learned in my formative years are implemented in my daily actions. And I have to always give a shout out of gratitude and thank you to my mom and dad for rooting me in richness and grounding me in gratitude. And I believe that Thanksgiving is every day. Thanksgiving doesn't only come once a year in November. We can create a habit of grateful living as a daily ritual, and you will find compounding benefits. So try a few of these gratitude actions on for size, and then watch to see how your life morphs. So these are some of the things that I would recommend. Begin each morning with words of gratitude for 3 unique items that just spring to mind. For example, just the fact that you woke up is a reason to celebrate. You are still alive. Like when I get up in the morning, I really do feel, I am just so grateful to wake up. I'm grateful that I had a pillow to sleep on, in a comfy bed and a warm blanket. And when I open my door and I look out and I see nature, I just feel so much appreciation. So make sure to begin your day with some gratitude. And I think that will help change your attitude for the whole day. Another one is to start today noticing the good things around you. Find the positive, even if you're having a bad day. And everyone has a bad day. Everyone. I mean, there are times that, you just want to climb under the covers and stay there. But if you can find the positive in one little thing, everything is going to be better for you. Smile. It takes more muscles to frown than to smile. So smile more. And there is something that is actually scientific research about it, that when you put a smile on your face, you really can't be sad. So maybe it's that fake it till you make it, but smile more. Compliment and thank people. When you compliment others and you thank people, it makes them happy and it makes them feel grateful that you acknowledge them, which will help you feel better as well. Create a gratitude journal, either on your computer or in a notebook, and enter the small and big things that pop up that make you want to whisper thank you throughout the day. And you can create this gratitude journal on your computer. You can write it by hand. You can put it in a notebook. You can get a beautiful journal and use it. But I really feel it's so important to write down things you are grateful for. And it can be tiny, small, little things. Write a letter of appreciation to someone you are grateful for. Maybe a former teacher, a mentor, a friend, a coach, a relative. When people get these letters, they really appreciate it. Whenever I get a letter from a listener, or I get an email, or when I send out a newsletter and somebody makes a comment or even just puts a heart, it makes my day. So don't think that people don't want to hear these things. Everybody does. And I know people say to me, oh, you've written 10 books now. You probably get lots and lots of letters of email, and it doesn't matter, of gratitude or notes, and it doesn't matter. I don't care. I've talked to people who've written 100 books. Everybody cares. We care. We want to know that we're making a difference. Volunteer to be of service. When you volunteer, you're helping others. And by helping others, you help yourself. Find good fortune in something that seemed doomed. There's always good fortune. Don't you always open a fortune cookie and there's something that is really good in there? And then think, talk, and live abundance and blessings, because what you think about and talk about will come about. Think about that. So don't complain, don't blame. Instead, reframe and gain, and make every day Thanksgiving Day, and you'll easily become the star you were born to be. I really feel I am the luckiest person on this planet, but so are you. So sincere thank you to all of you for listening to Star Style, Be the Star You Are. Thank you for buying my books. I truly appreciate it. Just thank you for your comments, or for reading the newsletters, or volunteering for the charity, or whatever it is that you do. Just thank you for being you. I am grateful for you. And I have a last quote I want to finish with. And this is from John Fitzgerald Kennedy, our former president. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them. So again, I extend my gratitude to you, and I thank you for listening to Star Style, Be the Star You Are, for being part of my life. And a really big thank you to my Voice America family. Again, my engineer, Jordan, and everyone in the office. Everyone has really done an incredible job. And if you would like to see my journey on radio, Voice America has just published a short video, and I do have it available at CynthiaBryan.com under media. So under published interviews, you can check it out there. Well, I wish you a marvelous, marvelous Thanksgiving. And I hope that you will continue tuning in every week with me, Cynthia Bryan, right here on Star Style, Be the Star You Are, coming to you live on the Voice America Network. I want to bring you great advice, truthfulness, and a conversation, and hopefully you can change your life and make your dreams come true. For more information, you can visit CynthiaBryan.com. For the charity, BeTheStarYouAre.org. And don't forget, next week is Giving Tuesday, so go to BeTheStarYouAre.org. My aim is always to encourage, inspire, inform, amuse, and motivate. See beyond your physical being. Know you are already the star you dreamed of becoming. Cherish the past, dream of the future, and celebrate every moment of your life. And read a book this week, because it's like a garden in your pocket. And until next week, when we play again on the Star Style Playground, remember, love always wins, kindness always prevails, and smiles keep us happy. I'm Cynthia Bryan for Star Style, thanking you and encouraging you to be your unapologetically authentic self and be the star you are. Happy Thanksgiving. I am so grateful for you. Make it a great week.
Be the star you are. The star you are. Be the star you are. You are the star.
It's been a pleasure bringing you our life-changing program, Star Style, Be the Star You Are. We have you on our radar, as it's our goal to inspire, inform, entertain, and motivate you to be the star you were born to be. For more information, visit starstyleradio.com. And to make a donation to the charity, go to BeTheStarYouAre.org. Ignite the flame that burns brightly within. Take charge of your life and coach yourself to success with our dynamic host and empowerment architect, Cynthia Bryan, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Voice America Empowerment Channel for another serving of champagne for the spirit and a power boost to live with Star Style. Until we celebrate together next week, Be the star you are.